The next fun block will be coming up with the pricing. And again, this will require Pinegrow Interactions because we want to make it interactive to display monthly or yearly prices. And again, this will be Gutenberg block with custom sub-blocks. So it will be very, very fancy and useful. So let's get started. Select the main section. We add block action and pricing, and it will go into the custom flex category. Okay, that was easy. And then the label, okay, and the title, okay. Let's skip this for now and go down to the close. Okay, so we have three plans. So what we will do, the container will be block inner content, and it will contain, let's call them pricing plan. That's the ID of our custom block for each individual pricing. So select the first pricing element and say block pricing plan. Pricing plan, category custom flex, and the parent, allowed parent, will be pricing. And in this block we have a couple of custom attributes. So first of all, we have the name. Then we have for individual, like maybe name, maybe subtitle. Let's call it subtitle. And then we have the price, and here we will need two prices. One will be monthly price and one will be yearly price. So let's duplicate this element, and on the first pricing div, let's add Command L, let's add the class monthly. And this class will help us to target monthly and yearly price. And then let's select the second one, and here, Command L, we will add, let's say annual. And let's also change the text month into year. And probably the number will be larger, so let's do that as well. Okay, so now we can select the number, the monthly number, and the attribute will be price monthly. And then select the second number and price annual. Okay. And then we can do the button. So we will set the link. Let's say button URL. And also add attribute, and then we will say label button. This will be used as the content. button label. And that's all for this. Okay, so now here we have a bunch of features, list items, and we want this to be flexible so that we can add as many list items as we want. So again, what we can do is create another sub block. So now we have block, and this is sub block, and then inside there we're like sub block. So let's say the UL, the unordered list, will be block inner content that will contain pricing plan feature. I will copy this. And then the first list item will be block pricing plan feature, pricing plan feature, and it will only be used with parents pricing plan. And then it will have an editable part. The span will be editable. So let's say name. Okay, so this looks about right. So let's save it and export everything. And then go here. And add our pricing block. Okay, looks kind of cool. Of course, we can edit everything. No need to test that. Okay, and then we have 3. We could have 4 or 5, whatever. This is now flexible. We can add additional plans like here, but let's just stick with the 3. And then of course we can change edit the prices. Let's make this one very expensive. Okay, this now it's a question of styling. This got pushed down. I think it's kind of beyond the scope of this tutorial to deal with that. Let me update and check how it feels on a normal screen. Okay, I think we can leave it as it is, and this could be easily changed with Tailwind scopes, like targeting different screen sizes, but for now let's just leave it as it is. Okay, and these features can also be changed and added. So if we are here on the plan and then we just click and add new feature and we go ahead and edit it, and we can delete them. So it's very, very powerful. And we have like 2 levels of blocks, the main block, then sub blocks, then sub blocks. And again, in Pinegrow, what was really painless to do this was very simple. Okay, so now what we want to do is implement this toggle so that we display either the monthly or annual pricing. So let's go back to Pinegrow. And do we have... Okay, and let's select the toggle. and interactions are already activated. So let's select this one, or even, yeah, this div. And here we will add interactions. So the trigger will be click. When we click on the toggle, then we will run an animation. So what we will animate, let me make this bigger. So what we have here? Here first we have invisible checkbox for screen readers, and then we have a background like this green background, and then we have a small ball that goes left and right. So what we will do here, we will, the default position of the toggle will be annual, so like we see it now. And when we click on it, we want this ball to move to the left. So what we will do, we select the dot, and then we add a transform, and we will say, because this is, it's absolute, so it's positioned with position properties, so we will say left. Now let's try 4 pixels. Also here it should be 0, so at beginning. So let's try, let's play. So looks quite good. And then the second thing we should do is the background. We want to color it, background color, probably like to a light gray, to show that it is disabled. Okay. And then if we, let's reload the view. Okay, but what we want is kind of to toggle, alternate between forward and reverse on each click. Because now when we click, it always plays from the initial position. But we want to play it first from initial position and then back to initial. So we'll do alternate forward reverse. So let's see. Yeah, quite good. Okay, so what else do we need to do? Now here we have, so this is monthly. This has monthly, and this is annual. So what we will do when we, so our default position is annual, and then when we move to monthly, we want to hide the annual, and then like this, when we select the element which will be affected by this transform, we just have direct access to sub-elements of the elements that has the interaction. So in our case, this is this, and these are the 3 sub-elements we can see here. But we actually want to access elements outside of this element. And we can do that by going to Edit Selector, and we can just say dot annual, and also append $, because then this will search the whole page. But this might not be good, because what if we have 2 pricing blocks on the page, and then toggle would kind of change the pricing in both, but we just want the element to target the monthly and annual prices within this block. So we use special features. So see here, we use this caret section. So this means we will go up to the section element, and then we will look for the annual with the element with the class annual inside that section element. So this lets us scope our interactions. So let's see. And we hover over it and we see the element that is selected. So what we will do, we will hide it. So we'll say opacity will go to 0. Can we play? Okay, and then what should happen for the monthly? So again, edit selector. We'll use the same trick. We'll go up to the section, and then we will search for monthly price. And then what we'll do, we will display it. So we'll go opacity, auto opacity 1. And here we are assuming that this element will be hidden at the start. So to do that, we say hide at start. So monthly is selected, and we'll say hide at start, so that only the yearly price will be shown. And now let's reload. Okay, both are shown because we have a special, where is it? We have show hidden elements is on, so let's deselect that. So that will be what we will see when we open the page. And then when we run this animation, it will kind of toggle. So let's try again. Let's use our toggle button. Yeah, looks quite good, right? But what we need to do is like show both prices in the same area. So now they are one below the other. So that's not really what we want visually. So what we can do is let's add a div. Divs are always very, very useful. And this div will help position relative. Where is it? Position relative. And then let's move the monthly inside and also annual there. But then for annual, we can say it will be positioned, or actually it's better to position monthly with absolute, because we can expect that yearly will be bigger number, so it will decide the size of this parent div. So we want the larger number to be the one deciding the size of the area where the price is displayed. So let's make the monthly price absolute. Okay. And now because it's absolute, so the easiest way to set its width is just to say it should go from left to right, so 0, 0, like this. Okay, let's try. Yeah, I think it's working very well. Let's fit. And don't forget, if you enable test clicks, to disable them when you want to select elements on the page. Okay, so let's save and export, and then let's go here, reload. Okay, attempt block recovery. Yeah, we have to, because we changed them. Okay. So why is this happening? Because the special styling that hides the elements is not loaded in the editor. So but it should be loaded here. So now, monthly, annual, monthly, annual. Okay, so this is not pretty, and it's also the price, although we can see it here, it's not so clear here. So let's do one more trick to make it better. So we can close this. So the situation is the monthly price is absolute, and therefore it kind of goes above the yearly. So what we want to do, again, so let's here have block slider. So let's add a new folder. Add new folder, pricing. And then here, let's add new file. Let's say editor CSS. So this will be the special styling that we will include only in the editor. Let's click. So we'll just write it here. So what we will do is we'll say monthly position relative, and let's force it with important. And then on the pricing block definition, we will say editor style. We will use we put it in the wrong folder. Just a moment. Let's see if we can get it out of here. Did we do it? Let me go here, showing Finder, go up. So we have blocks and slider. Okay, pricing. Pricing should go here. That's better. Cancel, and we have to reload the project to see now the change. Okay, this is better structure. So here on the pricing block, we will say editor style. Go up, editor, and then export. Let's see. Oh wow, yes, perfect. Now we see both prices, monthly price, yearly price. But of course, on the side, we just see one price, the price that is selected with the toggle. And I won't bore you with customizing these features. You know how to do it. And the main point is that we created a very nice flexible pricing block with pricing plans that have pricing plan features.